In the race for Hawaii's first congressional seat, it's attracting national attention and money. Democrat Colleen Hanabusa has a slim lead over Republican Charles Djou in the polls, but Congressman Djou has already proved he's capable of an upset with his win in the special election earlier this year. Hanabusa was on our morning news this past Tuesday, and this morning Congressman Charles Djou joins us now with more. Good morning, Congressman, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
So what do you make of the latest poll numbers showing a slight lead for Hanabusa?
Well, I think the latest poll numbers that showed me with a 4-point lead is something I'm excited by. The poll that you're referring to was a poll taken by the hyper-partisan Mainland Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, which has spent nearly $700,000 attacking me. And I think if you put stock in a poll paid for by the National Democrats, you're going to get the result that they produce, which is their favorite candidate, their second-choice candidate, Colleen Hanabusa.
Well, it's definitely neck and neck.
But the more important thing, though, Mahia, is it's not the polls. It's what happens on November 2nd. And this race is not going to be decided by any polling organization. It's going to be decided by the voters of the 1st Congressional District, where I'm very proud to call myself one of them.
Now, it's been reported that you voted with Republicans 89.5% of the time. That's the specific number. When did you vote against the Republican Party?
What you're citing is a study done by the Washington Post, and that very same study shows that I am the most bipartisan and independent member of Hawaii's congressional delegation. I've always said I'm a Hawaii congressman first and foremost, and I will always vote with Hawaii. And when things are right for Hawaii and the Democrats take a position that I think is good for Hawaii, such as, for example, a temporary moratorium on offshore drilling in the wake of the BP oil spill, I voted with the Democrats. On the other hand, when the Democrats do things like try to take money from the food stamp program to bail out fiscally irresponsible state and municipal governments, I vote against them. For me, it's all about Hawaii, Hawaii first, Hawaii always, not about your party.
Now, your opponent, Colleen Hanabusa, has said that the Bush tax cuts for people making over $250,000 should be ended, but you say they should be extended. Can you explain your position on that?
We shouldn't be increasing any taxes right now in the middle of this economic downturn. What we need is more investors, we need more entrepreneurs, we need more job growth and job creation. The idea that the government should go out there and suck more taxes out of the private economy is a terrible idea. And that's why I believe we should be maintaining all of our tax rates as they are right now. We don't have a problem with the government taking too much money from the people. We have a problem with the government spending too much of the people's money.
But Republicans some people say that Republicans just want to continue to help the wealthy. So can you explain a little bit more on why that should be extended?
That's probably it. That's a talking point clearly coming from the National Democrats. The reality here is who we need to help is small business. In the modern 21st century, job growth is not going to come from a few big corporations hiring hundreds of people. Job growth is going to come from lots and lots of small businesses, each hiring 1 or 2 or 3 individuals. And the way we encourage more job growth and more small businesses here is we make sure we maintain a low tax base. We don't increase things like the dividend rate or the capital gains tax rate or the inheritance tax. And those are the taxes to which the current Congress wants to increase. And that's a terrible idea because it's going to kill job growth.
One of your latest ads has Colleen Hanabusa, and you portray her as a defender of government waste, and it's a pretty effective ad from the Republican side. But earlier in our news, we showed the full soundbite that she said, and she was actually defending Republican Governor Linda Lingle and trying to cut the budget as much as possible. So why did you, as some say, distort what Colleen Hanabusa was saying?
I've taken Colleen Hanabusa at her word. And I think this shows a clear philosophical difference between myself and my opponent. I believe that we're going to turn around this economy, not through the government, but through individual Americans, through entrepreneurs, individuals who go out there, go into the marketplace, and create a job. And I believe that there's waste in government at all levels, the city, the state, and the federal government. Government can clearly be more efficient at all levels. And also, if I could just real quickly point out here, Mahia, the reality here in this race so far is that the national special interests from the National Democrats have spent over $700,000 attacking me. They haven't spent one penny saying one good thing about my opponent, who again was their second-choice candidate. And I think all people here in Hawaii have got to ask, why is that? I have a very good, clear, positive message that we have got to change the direction of this Congress. And the one question I ask every voter in this race is, ask yourself, are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with these 9.6% unemployment rate, $1.3 trillion budget deficit, $13.5 trillion national debt? I think We shouldn't be satisfied. We need to change this.
All right, Congressman Charles Djou, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on here.
I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on our debate on Friday.
I'm looking forward to it.
It'll definitely be interesting. And if you'd like to view this interview again and take a look at any of our segments from our morning show, you can go to kitv.com/thismorning.